Üdvözöllek titeket! Ma egy igazán különleges témával foglalkozok, Szicília 1 eurós ház programjával, és megtudjuk, hogyan válhatok akár fillérekért egy régi ház tulajdonosává. Milyen feltételekkel jár a program, és milyen előnyöket nyújt a szicíliai élet. Az interjú ugyan angol nyelven fog készülni, de természetesen készítek majd egy magyar nyelvű változatot is. Hello everyone! Today we are going to introduce an amazing program that Sicily offers to interested parties, the 1 Euro House program. For those, I have guests with me, Nathalie and Antonella, representatives from the official real estate agency of the program, from whom we will learn all the details. So, let's get started. Thank you for accepting my invitation for the interview. And I'm receiving lots of messages from Hungarians and asking about the town. Really, I just was texting on the phone before I called you because they asking me how can they join the program? How is it possible to join the program so they can buy a house in Mussomeli? But first of all, just introduce the town, please. Where is it located in Sicily?
Right, okay then. We are located about an hour and 40 minutes from the nearest airport, which is Palermo.
Palermo, okay.
We are on a mountain which is about 800 feet high, the mountain. We are 45 minutes away from the nearest beach, which is Agrigento.
Okay.
If you want to communicate to us, we are on Facebook on one house euro indicated on Facebook, which you can request for membership, and you can connect to whatever's going on in town and what's happening with the project of the 1 Euro scheme, as well as the premium houses. And you'll find clients that have purchased the properties are messaging to each other or putting messages regarding their experience in town, what's going on as well. Okay.
Okay, but let's talk about a little bit about the town, this little town. I have read some information about the town, and it says like the population is about 10,000 people.
That's correct. Yeah.
And I also watched some videos, and they say the town can accept like 40,000 people, and now it's like 10,000.
We found that in the 60s, a lot of the people that lived in Mussomeli immigrated either to European countries or to Australia or America. That's why the population has gone down. We're finding that the younger generation are happy to travel into the cities every day for work and stay in town itself. There's a train service that leads you into the centre of Palermo or to Agrigento, or you can drive to Catanacetta, which is another town near to us. Okay, and they're happy to travel every day to work.
Okay, so actually you don't live, but do you live in the town or not?
Yes, we live in the town.
Okay.
I've been living here over 30 years now, and also
30? You mean 30 years?
30 years, yes.
Wow. Where were you born?
I was born in the UK.
Okay.
Born in the UK, grown up in the UK. Then I married somebody from Mussomeli, but my parents originally are from Mussomeli.
Okay.
And I moved over.
And what about Nathalie?
Nathalie, she was born and grown up in France.
Okay.
At the age, she moved over at the age of 16, and she's been here for 40 years now. The people that live in Mussomeli indicate us as foreigners.
Really?
Even though our parents are from Mussomeli.
Even though after all of these years, right?
Yes, exactly. They always refer to us as foreigners as well.
Okay. But they accept you, right?
Oh yes, definitely. They accept us. They are very sociable with whoever comes into town. You'll find that if you need any help, even the neighbours or the locals will help you out as well. They are happy to accept foreigners coming into town, and the town is growing as well.
That's what I was seeing, because when we were there, and I felt like they don't look at me as a foreigner. Just compare the two countries. After 7 years of living in Denmark, I'm still an outsider. I feel like it. So it's very strange. In 7 years, I couldn't make friendship with people here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, believe.
No, they welcome you as if you're a big family here. And you'll find that everybody's very sociable with the foreigners as well.
Yeah, that's what I experienced, because I was just walking around the town, and they were like, okay, hi, you know, everybody was so welcoming, and I was like, okay, so maybe I'm at home.
Yes, exactly.
But they were so nice. We were in Catania, so we have rented a car in Catania, and we were driving over there to Mussomeli, and the road was like uphill, but so bad. I thought we just can't make it.
Now, the easier access to us is from Palermo. The driving is better. I don't know if you've got flights from Palermo from there.
No, from Catania.
Just Catania.
Yes.
If you ride me to Catania, if you don't want to drive, there's a bus service from the airport that brings you to Caltanissetta, and then you would have to organise a taxi from Caltanissetta to bring you to Mussomeli. There are taxis, I think, at the train station at Caltanissetta. If you want us to organise a taxi for you, we can organise that for you as well. Oh, that sounds very nice. So actually the people don't have to worry about that, you know, the transportation. We'll organise it for them if they are more comfortable, and then they'll pick them up from Caltanissetta and bring them to Mussomeli.
Let's keep this information in mind. This is very useful. One question, just shopping facilities. Is it possible to find something over there in the town or around the town? What would you recommend?
Now, you can shop in town. There's everything you need in town. If you are doing work in the property that you purchase here, all the materials you'll find in town. Labour work's all in town. Everything that you would need to do construction work in the property you will find here. You don't have to go out to town at all.
Okay, restaurants and hospital.
Restaurants, we've got 3 at the moment opened in the main piazza, which is one recently just opened. We've got a bar that's opening hopefully in the next month in the piazza. On the outskirts of town, we've got about 4 or 5 other restaurants in town. And there's one which is opened near the famous castle, which is very close to the castle, which they've opened an open bar on the terrace last week. So there's a lot of things going on in town. It's not only the bars and restaurants that organise things in the evenings. We've got also our mayor that organise events throughout the whole summer period, where you'll find live music and entertainment in the main piazza.
Okay, so we just missed a lot, that means.
Yes.
Just let's talk about the €1 houses, because everybody's interested in this program. So who came up with this €1 house program, and what inspired its initiation?
Now, the €1 project started, I think it wasn't actually from Mussomeli, it was from another town. The inspiration to do this €1 scheme is to repopulate these houses again, and grow the population in the town as well. To renovate these old houses to not be left abandoned. So that's why they started this €1 scheme, and it's worked very well throughout a lot of towns. But we are one of the main towns that's got more population with foreigners coming in. Now, on the €1 scheme, you have to physically come down and have a look at the properties. You are not allowed to sell them online. And decide that you want to purchase a €1 house. They will explain the procedure how to start.
And when did you sell the first property?
Nel 2017. In 2017.
17, okay, so it's 7 years ago.
Abbiamo iniziato volontariamente, volontari facevamo. They were doing voluntary work. In 2017 they started selling these €1 houses.
Ci hanno chiamato il comune, io quando c'era Valeria, per poter fare la traduzione in persone, i primi casa €1 venduta ai belgi.
Now she was approached by the council, her and another lady, which her name is Valeria. She spoke French, and the other colleague that was with them before spoke English. And then the first clients that came into our town purchasing a €1 house were people from Belgium.
it became an international city.
Yes, it's a big international city. Yes.
Yes.
Cosmopolitan.
Okay, yeah. Metropolitan. Do you know the person who bought the house? This first €1 house?
Knows the person, yes, that bought the house here. I don't personally know them, but Natalie does know them.
Okay, and that person is still living in that property or not?
Let me just check. Deci ancora abitano questa casa in Camussumero o Milano?
No, vengono per le vacanze appena hanno la possibilità, vengono per le vacanze.
They still got the property in town and they come over often for holiday periods.
Okay, so they still have owning the property, right?
Yes, for a vacation house they're using at the moment.
That's very nice. I mean, the weather is nice, the people are nice.
Yes, we're finding that a lot of we're getting replies back from people that are purchasing house in mussomeli that they don't want to go back to their country. Yeah. They're happy living here.
That's what we felt when we were there. We just didn't want to go home.
Yeah.
Sì, da 2017 ad oggi abbiamo venduto più tra le case €1 in migliori condizioni, case premium diciamo, più di 350 case.
Now, Natalie explained, from 2017 until now,
yes.
Since the project started, they've sold over 350 properties.
Wow.
€1 including premium houses.
Okay.
All of them. Generale, in all of them.
In 7 years? Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
E ce ne sono ancora molte da vendere che aspettano nuovi proprietari.
And there's a lot of houses that we've still got to sell. We're hoping to sell to foreigners, and we're hoping to welcome more people into town.
What are the requirements to participate in the €1 house program? Because you mentioned that you have to come there physically because you cannot sell online the €1 houses, right?
Yes, that's correct. Now what you need to do is you contact our agency number, indicating that you want the tour dates, but we normally show the properties 2 to 3 times a week to foreigners. Okay. And you book yourself in a date and then we'll give you directions how to get here. And if you need any help regarding hotels or taxis, if you can't do it yourselves, we will help you out to organise that as well.
Oh, I wish I knew this before, because when we were looking for a place to stay in Mussomeli, we found, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but it was like €100 per night. Really?
Really?
€100 per night, including breakfast. And the breakfast wasn't that good. So I was like, it's like a ripping off.
Oh, I see. No, we recommend that you ask us, and then we'll actually recommend you the hotels that we personally know. Either contact them directly, or we will be able to contact them for you.
Okay. Oh, so let's keep this information open and available for everybody, because it's very useful. And what are the financial implications of the program, and are there any hidden costs to be aware of?
On the €1 scheme, now, as soon as you decide on a €1 house, the first thing you would need is to pay the agency fee, which is €598, including VAT.
Okay.
Okay. Now, also on the further forward, we would need to get a technical to check the plans of the property.
Okay.
Now, if the cadastral paperwork is not in order, which means if they have done amendments in the property without permission, it comes down to the person that's purchasing the house to sort it out before the closing of the sale of the house.
Okay.
Now the cost might vary. We don't know what they are, depending on the amendments they have done in the house.
Okay.
Now there might be and there might not be. We won't know that until the technical goes and looks at the plans, what they have presented at the council, okay? Also, you need to know, on a €1 scheme, they need to get an APE certificate, it's called, which classifies the installation of the house, which has to be attached to the deed paperwork to sell the property, which is a cost of €250 on top. And also recovery plan certificate of €75.
Okay.
It's because it's classified in the historical area. It has to be released as well on the property on a €1 scheme. The other cost is the notary fees of €2,600, which is a fixed fee on a €1 house.
Yes.
Now, the other charge, apart from that, is the power of attorney, but that depends how you want the power of attorney done, and then we'll explain to you the different ways of doing that and the different costs, which applies which way you want to do it. Okay?
Okay. Exactly how much does a €1 property cost at the time of purchase? Because you said so many numbers, I just couldn't keep up. So let's start over again. So 600. Yes.
What you do is pay the agency fee,
Yes.
which is €598.
So let's run it up. So 600.
Yes.
Okay.
Including VAT.
Yes. Okay. And what if I'm a foreigner? I don't have tax number in Italy.
Oh, regarding that, when you decide, what we do is we will organise to get a tax code number under your name.
Yes.
What you'll need to do is that when you're in the office, to assign a documentation for us to ask for a tax code number under your name. It roughly takes a week to get it in the office. We keep it on file, which is needed to be presented on the deed paperwork when you purchase the house, and in the future to put on electricity, water bill, and also to sort out your taxes of the property and the rubbish. Okay?
Okay. So it's a lot of numbers then.
Yeah.
Okay. And are there any specific expectations regarding the condition of the house after the renovation? Because we are talking about the €1 houses, and you said if there was some modification on the house illegally, is there any?
Legally, if there's the paperwork not in order, then it has to be sorted out before the closing of the house. The notary will not do the deed paperwork if the paperwork's not all in order.
I have a house, and I mean, I purchased the €1 house, and the facade is very, very damaged. And how should I renovate the house?
Right, now with the €1 schemes, you're obligated to do the facade, the windows, the balcony, the roof within the 3 years the moment the house is in your name. Okay, internally you can do it in your own time.
Okay, so basically I have 3 years to just renovate the house. Only outside, right? Only outside.
Now, if you do not do this within the 3 years, you'll be charged a penalty from the council of €5,000.
5,000.
But we hopefully in 3 years you'll be able to do everything on the outside of the property.
Yeah, 3 years. That's a long time. So anything is possible in 3 years. And who can perform these renovations? Is it necessary to?
We all give you recommendations to our construction people that we know, and they will usually quote you labour and material included on what needs to be done in the properties. Then you organise yourselves with the construction companies when to start the work and how to do the payments to them.
Okay, but is it necessary to involve a local professional, or I can do it myself? So let's say I have all the tools and all the knowledge how to make this renovation, how to make it possible to make it, and just come there with my tools and everything, and I just do it myself.
No, you can do the renovation yourselves. That's not a problem. You don't have to get a construction company. Well, if you're capable of doing it yourself, you're welcome to. But if you are thinking of doing the facade, you need to you'll have to get a construction company to do the facade on the outside.
Okay, so it is really necessary.
They have to have an insurance to do that sort of work, and also roof work as well.
Because I was thinking about the streets as well, because the streets are very narrow, and it just can't be physically done by ladder. You know, just lean the ladder on the wall of the house and just make the renovation like that. So they have to build some scaffolding up there and just make it like that.
The scaffolding work has to be done by a professional, which has got an insurance with them, assurance that they can do the work. But you can't do it yourself, that sort of work. But in other works you can do yourself, you're capable.
Okay.
Now, even though there's tight roads, the construction companies know how to get into these areas to bring material as well.
Exactly. We were watching one lady just driving a car over there, and she was so perfectly parking right next to her house. I was like, oh my god, maybe we have to just born here to be able to drive like that. She was just making a turn.
You get used to the area and you start learning to drive. I wasn't used to these areas either, but I got used to it after a week or two.
Okay.
You know, the one-way systems as well.
But speaking of foreigners, who...
She's booking people in on WhatsApp on her phone already. Yeah. Natalie. Okay.
Yeah, of course. For me, just the messages come up right away.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Riceve a messaggio sempre dopo WhatsApp now. We're hoping to meet more people from your country to come over to us. Yes. What you could do is organise yourself with them if they don't speak English, and then come over at the same period, and that's an excuse for you to come back and see us again.
Actually, that's the plan. Okay, then, and who are the primary recommended candidates for the €1 houses? If there are any specific target groups, or it's to anybody?
No, it's for anybody that can purchase the €1 scheme. We've had people, not only foreigners buying €1 houses, even local people have bought €1 houses.
Okay.
They've always got owners behind them. As soon as the €1 scheme started, the locals, because they probably don't need the property and not to abandon them, they're happy to give them away for €1.
Okay. So, but is it mandatory for the buyers to move into the property? Or it can be used as a vacation home? But you answered this question already at the beginning, because you said the first €1 house that was sold by the company, the agency, the lady uses this €1 house as a vacation home.
No, we've got a variety of clients who have called residents here already to live here physically. We've got clients that are using it for holiday homes, or clients also for when they're pensioners to stay longer here.
Okay.
There's a variety.
Okay, so it's possible, actually,
yes,
Okay, not as a not just a primary home, but a vacation home as well.
Yes, they can do. Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the premium houses now, because that's I think it's more interesting. I mean, price-wise.
Yes.
So
anything that starts from, for example, we haven't got any, but anything starts from €500 going upwards in price is classified as a premium property.
Okay.
Now, with the premium houses, the regulations are completely different from your €1 scheme. Now, you can do the work in the property internally and on the outside of the property at your own time. You're not obligated to do the work, the outside of the property within the 3 years on a premium property. And also, it comes down, if there's any, when the paperwork is checked by my colleague in the office, if there's been amendments done without permission in the premium property, it comes down to the owner to sort it out before they sell the house.
Okay, so basically it's better to buy a premium house than a €1 house, because if there was some modification in the premium house, that doesn't fall on the buyer.
No, it doesn't fall on the buyer. It falls on the owner itself to
sort
it out before
I think it...
And you're not obligated to do any construction work within the 3 years.
Even I can open the wall, right, between the 2 rooms. Just knock it down, right?
Now, what you do, if you do internally any amendments of the property, then you would have to present the plans to the council what amendments you have done internally of the house. Okay,
so anyway, I have to notify them, right?
You've got to remember always, where it comes to a €1 house or a premium property, if it's in the historical area, you're not allowed to move doors or windows. They have to keep them where they are.
Yes.
They want the characters of the house as they are.
Okay, just for so it matches the town, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a very nice idea. I mean, it's a very good idea actually. If you have like a really nice door or window, and they want to keep that, just just the old look style.
Yes, they can keep that definitely. You're not allowed to move them at all. You can change the doors and windows, but you can't move them or enlarge them or move them or add windows, because not in the historical areas.
Okay. What assistance can you provide in obtaining necessary documents? But you said that already. The tax code and all the paperwork. So can you guide the person through all the procedure actually?
Yeah, we will guide the person that's purchasing the house either on a €1 scheme or a premium house. We guide you step by step until the house is in your name, and we'll communicate to you all the time, telling you what's going on between. Until the handling of the keys, yes.
I think
we will, even after handling the keys, we always keep in contact with our clients. If they need any help, we're happy to help them.
But I think that's the best scenario when you go there and just get the key in your hands and you're like, okay, so I got it. Thanks.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay, just...
Let's show you some of the keys that we've got.
Okay, just let me... oh my god. That's like...
There's 6 different there's 6 different groups of keys that we've got. Depending each area, there's a set of keys. I remember when we met Monday, and that was Monday, yes. And she was like opening the backpack and okay, 1 set, 2nd set, 3rd set. I was like, oh, so how many houses are we going to see today? Oh, that was fascinating. And she also can show you some antique keys as well.
Okay. Yes. I wanted to ask about that because you said you cannot change the doors, right?
You can't enlarge in the doors.
Okay.
But you can change the doors, okay?
Oh, okay. Can we make an example of the premium houses? Let's say the premium house costs €10,000. So just let's make the numbers. At the end, how much are we going to end up?
Right, now on a premium house, the costs are completely different.
Yes.
Now, if the house is under 25,000,
yes,
we charge, including VAT, of €1,220.
Okay.
If your house that you're purchasing is over 25,000, we charge 4% of the value of the property plus VAT of 22%.
Okay.
Okay. Then you've got again the power of attorney that has to be sorted out because you don't speak an Italian. There'll be somebody to represent for you on the day of the deed paperwork.
Okay.
And that depends how you want to do that. Will indicate the cost to you. And after that, you would have to pay the notary fees. But regarding on a premium house, the notary fees is completely different. Each house is completely different, the cost on the notary fees.
Okay.
Then the notary will tell us how much is on that particular property that you're purchasing, how much the notary fees, and included in the notary fees is 9% tax that goes to the government for purchasing the house.
Okay.
Okay.
And one important question, it just came in my mind. Can we make this process started online? So let's say I'm there.
Premium house, you can purchase it online. You don't have to physically be here.
Yes.
But on a €1 house, you have to physically be here.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So actually, if I travel there and I seen the property, the premium house, and I was like, okay, so just let me go home and think about. And I write you a message. Listen, I want to buy this property. Is it possible to make it online without traveling there again?
Yes, you can do. We have done that for so many clients.
Okay.
If you see the property and you want to think about it and then you come back to us, we can start the procedure online by either ringing you or sending you messages on your personal email address.
Okay. And one more important question. If it is possible to start a renovation without being there?
Oh yes, you can organise yourself with the construction companies to do the renovations while you're not here or when you come over. That's up to you. And also you've got to realise that to make it easier for our foreign clients, they are quoting you labour and material included as well. Yes, it is much easier for all the clients as well.
Yes, exactly. So just traveling back and forth, especially if they live in the United States, because as I heard, many property owners live in the United States. They come from there. Even
yes.
we have been in one restaurant at the square, and the owner was American.
Oh right, yes.
I think that was the Route 66. I'm not sure if the name is right.
Yes, she's actually originally from Mussomeli, but
okay.
she went to the States.
Okay.
And then she loved the food out there, and then she came up with the idea to open Route 66 and started doing the American food as well.
Okay, so the owner is not really American.
No, she's got relations in America. She went to visit her relations. Okay. But she came back with this idea, and she's doing very well. She's been open at least 3 years or 4 years now. We're starting to get restaurants doing foods from other countries as well.
Okay.
You'll find in Italy, they like to, in this area, they like to keep them most of the food Italian restaurants. But okay. The younger generation are very open-minded and are happy to welcome any other countries that want to open restaurants here as well.
Okay. And how do you see the foreigners adapt to the weather and the people over there?
Oh, they are. We find that because a lot of there are Americans a lot coming over.
Yes.
And the weather here, they love it because it's much cooler in the States where they are.
Exactly.
You'll find in Mussomeli, because we're on a mountain, it's dry heat. It's not humid, even though it gets warm here. So it's very nice, pleasant weather we've got here. And also, if it does get very hot, it doesn't last long. And you find in the evening, it does cool down.
I can speak from my experience because we lived in the United States, in New York, and it was like 104 Fahrenheit in the summer. Wow. And it was like around 100% humidity. And we just went to the street and complete sweating right away. So I remember.
No, we don't have that problem here.
I remember one summer we couldn't just cool down the rooms. It was impossible. Really? So we just closed all the windows and we went in one room, 4 of us, and just cooled down that room.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yes, and we couldn't cook.
No, it's got very hot temperatures there.
Yeah, we couldn't cook, so we had to order the food and just delivered to our house. Yes, yeah. So it was like, it was really bad. And in Sicily, I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But everybody was wearing long pants and jacket.
Yes.
And that was interesting.
Even though it is warm here compared to what you're used, you're probably, for you it's warm. For us, depending on the period, we still wear long sleeves.
Okay.
For example, in April, May, even though it's warmer, but we still wear long sleeves here, but we start wearing short sleeves in the month of June onwards. But if by the middle of September, we'll probably start wearing long sleeves again.
Okay, so it's...
But we find all the foreigners come over in the winter with shorts on, so they find our temperature much warmer.
So the weather is acceptable.
Yes, it is, yeah.
What would you say to people who want to buy a property in Mussomeli, in Sicily? Is there anything that you would like to share with them just at the end of the conversation?
Okay, yes, now what we like to recommend to our foreigners is, if you are comfortable to come over, we are happy to welcome you on our tours and you physically see in the houses before you purchase them.
Okay.
I can recommend that I've been living here over 30 years. It's a safe town for not only for adults, for children as well. There's a lot of facilities in town, even indoor, outdoor pools, tennis courts, football pitch, and apparently we are hopefully in the future having a water shoots opening in town as well.
Yes.
From this town, there are easy accesses to other cities, which have got a lot of historical areas that you can see. as well as beach areas, and also even in the winter got a skiing resort as well.
Okay.
Near Campania, that even if you enjoy skiing, you could visit our skiing resorts as well.
Oh, that sounds exciting, actually. Especially in Sicily. I mean, you know, it's very close to Africa, and it was like, okay.
Small island, we even got skiing resort here.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
All right. I think that was all the information I would like to. I wanted to know. I mean, I would like to share with the people. And it's so valuable. So thanks for all the informations, and we hope.
You're welcome. Thank you for your interview. And we both, me and Natalie, and also Chinza that does all the paperwork, are hoping to see people from your country in Mussomeli as soon as possible. And we will I'm sure they'll be welcomed in with the other foreigners as well as the locals in town to purchase houses here. Now, Natalie saying to me, we haven't forgot about you, and when we've got something coming up, we'll let you know.
Appena c'è una bella possibilità, cercherò di trovare qualcosa per lui.
As soon as we get something coming through, that's what you required when you came over, we'll let you know.
Okay, that's.
A good price.
And a good price as well.
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Okay then.
Okay, so thanks for the interview and the informations, and I hope we are just going to inspire more people to come to Sicily, to Mussomeli, and just take this as an advantage of the opportunity.
Okay, well,
hopefully.
Welcome to anybody into our town, and hope to see you soon with other people in our town, okay?
Yes, of course. I will keep everything in mind. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Norbert.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Ciao.
Ne felejtsetek el feliratkozni a csatornámra, és nyomjátok meg a like gombot, ha szeretnétek még több hasonló témájú videót látni. Osztás, like, feliratkozás, találkozunk legközelebb, remélhetőleg Szicíliában.